Hello, boxing news fans. Welcome to my channel. I hope your day was fantastic. Before we start, kindly like and subscribe to the video. Chris Eubank Jr. will not reschedule his bout against Conor Benn without the support of boxing fans. Last month, the Brits staged an instant classic at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, continuing their dad's historic rivalry from the early 1990s. Eubank Jr. was caught on unstable legs by some powerful blows early on, but his expertise showed in the second half of the fight as he smothered Benn's efforts and finished decisively down the home straight to earn a unanimous decision. The fight was breathtaking for as long as it lasted, and it seems likely boxing fans will be treated to the all-British showdown again later this year. There is a rematch clause signed into both men's contracts, which Benn is expected to activate in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh has already booked a date in September at Spurs' home ground with the second fight in mind. Chris Eubank Jr. calls Alexander Usyk's surprise crazy. Conor Benn scores in a bout, while Canelo Alvarez and Devin Haney fall in pound-for-pound rankings despite wins. Eubank Jr. is willing to go along with the ideas, but only if they're what the fans want to see next. It's up to the public, he told Talk Sport's Rory Jennings in a sit-down interview at a PokerStars event in Monaco. I guess as prize fighters, we fight for the people. If the people want to see something we provide, that is the job of a fighter. Floyd Mayweather spent $750,000 to buy out contract and become highest paid boxer ever. Russia's Mike Tyson had career tragically cut short by violent gang attack. Crazy Chris Eubank Jr. bashes Alexander Usyk's surprise. Conor Benn fight-scoring Canelo Alvarez and Devin Haney tumbled down pound-for-pound rankings. Despite wins from what I am hearing, people want a rematch. If that is the case, then I will do everything in my power to oblige. This comes after Benn suggested that terms had already been agreed for a rematch. Speaking during an appearance on DAZN's Ariel and Age show, Benn said, "As far as I'm aware, the contracts have already been signed. I'm hearing September at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or Wembley Stadium, maybe." If the contracts have in fact been signed this early, then it can be assumed that Eubank Jr. will once again be subjected to a 10 pounds rehydration clause. Next Gen missed the 160-pound middleweight limit for their first weigh-in by half an ounce, resulting in a 375,000-pound fine. He was, however, able to make the 170 pounds limit on the morning of the fight, with 0.6 pounds to spare. The sport of boxing is in a great place right now, better than ever before, but improvements in looking for the edge are always needed. It never steps, boxing or professional sport. It is relentless and doesn't ever take a day off, not on birthdays, Christmas, dead people funerals, it never retires. That said, as good as boxing is doing now, it needs to go further and be more aggressive. New world champion Rolly Romero, who shocked the world by beating Ryan Garcia on Eubank last weekend, has said that some fighters not delivering numbers are getting paid too much and there's too much of looming fights. Essentially, building up fights and rematches before they happen. Case in point, nothing is done until it is done. The Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch was meant to happen this year until Romero's shock last Friday. But boxing has seen some other fights in recent years not happen either as well, like Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, for instance. Boxing as it now returns to a golden age, and time must go further, be smarter, more aggression needed in growing the sport. More frequent, highly quality cards and fights, and further to Romero's point above, Dana White and TKO Boxing can maybe add performance bonus incentives to fighters to try to get them to fight better. Further to last Friday's New York Fatal Fury event garbage, it would be appropriate. Boxing doesn't always have to sell pay-per-views at $90 a pop in the US anymore necessarily either. A lower, more efficient price point has been found recently, which creates more buys, more profits, and better fan experience. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn is that blueprint in the US and worldwide too, at slightly different points for developing markets and so forth. A fervent home crowd can be worth its weight in gold when boxing reaches the cut and thrust of the championship rounds or sooner. Lee Wood knows better than most, having dragged himself vertical as early as the first session when Michael Conlan dropped him heavily in their world title tear-up over 3 years ago. Wood now has another rampant Irish fighter to contend with as Anthony Caxias comes to town on Saturday evening in their IBO title clash. The Nottingham crowd will need to be in full voice to steer their man through once more. They've been vital in some of my fights. The Conlon fight. They literally picked me up off the canvas, Wood explained at this afternoon's final press conference after MC Dev Sani likened the arena to a wolf pit. I just feel like they give me another gear on fight night. William Wolf can tire when I walk out. With the rounds when I've had my head punched in and then I've turned the fight around, continued Wood. They've contributed to that massively. Hopefully they don't have to do that for me on Saturday night. But they will pick me up on the ring walk. They will give me another gear and bring the best out of me. Even though Wood has not been seen in a boxing ring since late 2023, he has not been out of the gym. My life is literally about boxing. I'm just dedicated to my craft. I have been for 20-odd years and I will be till the day I retire, he said. While KXC insists that the crowd will have no part in what happens in the ring, the Holy Trinity product says there is no animosity between the pair, which shares the no beef sentiments, seeing Saturday night as strictly business. I'm actually going to feel bad beating him, he grinned. Kindly keep checking out and subscribing to my YSR Media channel.